All right, peace and love, everyone. How you all doing today? Today, we are talking about, are you controlled by ego? Now, what is the ego? Because a lot of us may not even know what ego really is. Ego is simply the you. It's part of you, but it's not the true you. That's the way I like to say it. It is kind of like the part of your mind that feeds you a lot of BS. And from what I've been coming across, the point of the ego is to better yourself. You're supposed to filter out those thoughts because those thoughts aren't your thoughts. They're a part of you, but they're not. You don't own them unless you choose to. And that which leads into the law of attraction, but we're not talking about all that type of stuff right now. We're talking about the ego. All right. Some like to say that the ego is neither positive nor negative, which I agree. But I do believe that we all incarnate here with a default template in our minds that causes us to automatically have doubts. We limit ourselves. We feel like we need to tear down others. Jealousy. All that type of stuff. It's all ego. That's all it is, and a lot of it is not you. It's just what you allow yourself to believe. If that makes any sense. Like I said, the ego is not you, it is a part of you. So therefore the ego has its own thoughts and its own emotions. You ever wonder, for example, you ever been somewhere and this could also be, dealing with vibes and reading people, but I guess it depends on how you're reading that person, because you can read somebody through a judgmental lens, and which is also the ego. Now, for example, let's say you're at a coffee shop or something, and a guy walks in, and you don't know what it is, like, but you just don't like this guy. You don't like what he has on. You don't like his shoes. You don't like, you know, all of these thoughts just start coming to your mind, right? And you think that it's you. You think that those are your thoughts. All uh, the thoughts, like I said, that come when you see that individual. Like I said, if you're at a coffee shop or something. Like I said, those aren't your thoughts. Those are fear-based thoughts that are programmed in you or in us, because we all have them. But like I said, to me, those are just areas in our lives that we need to better ourselves. It's all about self. Now, I was having a conversation on Facebook earlier with a gentleman. It was a nice, productive build. We had two different opposing views on the ego, but he was respectful, I was respectful, and we just came to a point where we agreed to disagree. He viewed the ego as something that could not be mastered, and that was part of the animus or the anima or the what I like to call the draconian part of our brain, which is just the fear-based or the instinct, you could say, the fight or flight. Um, that's all part of the, like I said, what I would like to call, what I call the draconian mind, but some people say the animus or the anima. Now, or the animal instincts that we have as human beings. Now, like I said, it's all about, you okay? It's all about how you can program your ego, and if you can't, I'm talking in a sense of if you feel that you can't program yourself, or program your subconscious, or program your conscious, or program your being in general, which you can. You'll be surprised that you are the biggest and best and the top-notch computer on this planet. All right, your brain is a computer. You are a computer. So that's another topic for another day. Now, back to ego. You can program, or it is said that you can program the ego to not have that default template that is keeping you or feeding you the BS. I have to sneeze. All right. Now, you can reprogram your ego to be more positive, or something that I find to help me was I'm naturally an introvert, and I always try to think before I speak. I'm not perfect. But I try to think before I speak. But something that's been helping me is whenever a thought comes to my mind, and we can think pretty fast, the human brain, and I always think, all right, number one, if I express this thought, will this thought help or hurt the situation? All right. Now, in some situations, the truth hurts. But like I said in previous video, it's all about how you can convey, or how you uh, um, produce, or let out whatever it is that you're trying to say in a helpful manner to another individual. So once again, I ask, are you ruled by your ego? Are you allowing every thought that comes to your mind? Are you accepting those thoughts? Are you accepting those assumptions? Are you accepting those what ifs? Are you accepting the doubt? Are you accepting the limitation? Are you accepting the jealousy? Are you accepting the insecurities, which we all have? But like I said, the point to me, in which I've been learning, is to overcome those thoughts, is to recognize when it's the ego in play, and not self, not you, but the I. The I is ego. Not in a sense of I am, not that, but most of the time when the ego is speaking to you, it most of the time begins with an I. Like I said, back to the coffee shop situation. Guy walks in, you don't like his shoes. What does the ego say? I don't like that dude's shoes. I. When it's about self, it may still be I, but you're more in control, and most likely it won't be a negative thought. Most of the time, like I said, due to the default programming, a lot of the ego is negative. But like I said, the trick, which is what I found, is to catch yourself and ask, will this thought that I want to express help or hurt the situation? All right. So the ego is very tricky, and like I said, a lot of us we run off of the ego, and why we have so much issues, why people are so quote unquote emotional, which there's nothing wrong with expressing your emotion. Like I said, it's just all about doing it in a healthy manner. To which another person involved isn't negatively affected, but you are both positively affected in whatever situation it is, and you can both come together and grow from it, spiritually, as well as mentally and physically, etc., etc. And I'm gonna keep asking, are you controlled, or do you run off of the ego? All right. It is very dangerous to run off the ego. That's why you'll get a lot of what they call egotistical pigs. You know, those guys that you know, I'm not going to go into that. That's another topic. We just want to stay on the ego. All right. Just recognize the ego, and when it is the ego speaking to you, and recognize how to defeat the ego. Something I found out. Buddhist monks. I don't know if you already know the story of Buddha and how in him versus Mara or Mara. I don't know. I'm not know if I'm saying that right, but I'm going to say Mara. No, so Buddha. Well, I mean, excuse me. It comes to be that Mara is just simply the ego of Buddha. He was overcoming under that tree. I don't know if you know the story of Buddha, but when he was under that tree, he was overcoming the ego. You know, if you don't know the story of Buddha, you should check that out. Very good story, very good story about the ego and how it is all just self. It's just self, and a lot of times we don't recognize when it is the ego, and that is the problem. We think that we are our ego, when no, the ego is the ego, and we all have one. You just have to recognize when it's in play. I'm gonna end it on this. Not really too much to say. Like I said, just recognize when it's the ego. Simple as that. Think, will this help? Will this hurt? Will this help this person move forward or help me move forward? Or will it cause us or me to be in stagnation? Excuse me. So, do not be ruled by ego. You rule your ego. Alright? Don't let the ego rule you. Alright? Yeah, that's it. If you like the video, subscribe, like, share. Yeah, I just felt like I needed to make this video dealing with the ego. Alright, like I said, as always, be loving, be smart, be caring, be forgiving, strive to move forward, help others, everything positive in the universe. Express positivity, you will get back positivity. I think my next video, I'm going to do on perception. I can go, I want to do a video on perception because that's what I'm really big on is perception. Perception has to do with a lot, and you can always change your perception. End it on that. Alright, like I said, we love you, and we will see you next time.